Hello everyone, I'm Kumari, and for this week, I'm going to share my school experience as a child and as a refugee student. Everyone has their different school and childhood experiences. My early school experience was certainly different, probably from yours. When I started school, I was 7 years old. There were no formal school buildings. In the beginning, we used to stay under the tree shed, like this in the picture, and learn and move around as the sun moves to protect ourselves from that intense heat. In later years, the schools were built from bamboos and plastic, like our own houses, and we used to sit on the floor and study. We had no electricity like we do now. I used kerosene lamp to study, and I used to study mostly during the daytime because there was no electricity to study like we do now. Once I came to America in 2009, I decided to go back to school. But I did not know how to use all those technology like laptops, computers. Um, so when I remember when one day, probably the first or the second day of the class, the teacher said, "Your homework is listed on the blackboard." And I was surprised because I don't see anything on the blackboard. Finally, I find out that the blackboard he was talking about was different than I was thinking. The blackboard that we learned in the refugee camp with the blackboard and then writing with the chalk. I started learning to use computer and get acquainted with technology here in the United States. Now, as I see my daughters growing up and other children growing up today with technology, it makes me feel happy and proud. But on the other side, I also feel like they're not learning like hand-on pieces, the hand-on stuff. I remember growing up, I used to play with friends mostly outside. Even after the class, we used to run in the break and then play hide and seek or skipping, the mud, water, the marbles, and so many stuff that you could do outside from the house. Here, I feel like children stay inside the house and do many things inside, like stay in the computer, technology. I also feel that like the children are now have not a lot of free time that we do now because we do back when I was growing up, because they are mostly on the video games or watching the television. I feel like they don't have a lot of times to, even play outside. Or, it's so different than when I went to school. The worst case that I have seen now with technology is sometimes kids even skip their meals and do not eat at the right time because they're busy playing on the computer or video games. Surprisingly, my daughter, who is 4 years old now, even started asking for an iPad or an iPhone, and I know she's not getting it, but um, I find that the most significant difference between the education when I started school versus now is the technology. Thank you.